Hello everybody, welcome. Danny Shay here on the central coast of California. Beautiful sunny day, yay. All right, thank you all for joining in. Thank you for liking and subscribing and supporting this channel in any way that you can. Appreciate it. So today I want to look at a little bit of the week ahead, but mainly the month ahead. June, but first I want to I got a lot of news coming in about today and what's going on in the week and the week ahead and blah 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 blah, and it's weird, right, that Trump isn't on trial. It's like, don't we have a trial? Isn't there something that we should be looking at? Oh, yeah. Guilty. So it still feels good to say that. It's weird that the Republicans, well, it's not weird because many of them are like so scared of what is coming up with Jack Smith and his January 6th trial. They are just hanging on by their fingernails. They're like, help! It's like that oh shit kitty. Remember that? Oh shit. Yeah, that's where they are. And so they're just lashing out at anything. It's weird. So weird. It's not weird. So sad. So sad. All right, speaking of sad, speaking of the change that we're going to make, today, and you can look at this, who sent me this. Hang on, I'm going to pull this up if I can find it quick. I think it was Heather Cox Richardson. Yeah, it was her. So I get her stuff sent into my email. She is a more historian. Joyce Vance is more current. And, you know, so we're all in this, as Joyce says, together to make a change. And so those are the two that I look at a lot. And Heather Richardson, she wrote today that today is the 100th anniversary. So it started, that means it was finalized in 1924. All right, so not that long ago. It's the 100th anniversary of the Indian Citizenship Act. So we've changed some words in that. But this declared that all non-citizen Indians are hereby declared to be citizens of the United States, colon, provided, I'm like, oh, here we go. Anyway, so it goes on that it's now that the native indigenous tribes are citizens of the United States. When you read the article, I just get, I just go, oh my God, are we so stupid? This one white guy gets up on the Senate floor, and I'm paraphrasing, so I may get it wrong, and he goes, hey, we have 5,000 years of history behind this white whatever government. And I'm thinking, only 5,000? What about the indigenous cultures? How long have they had here? And this, I got to pause this because I want to get this name right. Okay, I'm pulling from her article. And in the Senate in 1943, they were trying to ratify all this stuff. It's just crazy, and it goes on and on. But the senator gets up on the floor and he says, he says, hang on, who are these people, barely out of savagery, who want to associate with us whites with 5,000 years of recorded civilization behind us? I'm like, oh my God. How ignorant. Okay, we haven't gone very far, but still. So, and I'm going to mispronounce her name. I apologize. This indigenous woman, Elizabeth Peratrovich, she was quietly knitting and listening to this speech. She goes, oh, hell no. I'm sure she didn't. Goes down to the floor, speaks where everybody applauds her. And when she finished, the Senate passed the nation's first anti-discrimination act by a vote of 11-5, and that was in 1943. So all these indigenous people who fought in the wars, right? World War I, gave their lives. Their families sacrificed. We talked about this on Memorial Day a little bit. One of the greatest athletes in the world, Jim Thorpe, who won 2 gold medals, one for decathlon and then a pentathlon or something. Like crazy. He was declared one of the greatest athletes of the world. And he went over as representing the U.S. He wasn't a citizen according to these white men in the Senate. We got a long way to go. And this is a reflection of what we're dealing with today with voter suppression. This is going to change. And when we want to manifest this change, it's not only with the vote, although it is with the vote, but it's also putting out the intention, putting out the vocal prayer, if you will, with emotion. At least that's what I do, to make, when I think about the change that's going to come in the Supreme Court, I almost get giddy. It's like, oh, things are going to shift big time. It's not to say that we're going to lose all of the conservative Supreme Court justices, but we're going to get rid of the Clarence Thomas and the Justice Alito. And, well, some say Brett Kavanaugh. I have in the past. Some say Bigley. Oh, when I said some say, I go, oh my God, I'm talking like Mr. Pumpkinhead. All right, let's take a look at, anyway, 100-year anniversary. We have not come that far. We got so much more to do. My cards are not shuffling. That's because I got little wimpy hands. And you know what they say about little hands? Big feet. Okay. I was doing a healing session the other day, and this woman goes, and I was being the recipient of this energy healing, and she goes, your hands are really important to you. She didn't know I read tarot or anything. Yeah. She said that 3 times during the session. I'm like, okay. All right. All right, let's take a look at the week ahead, June, the week ahead. So we got a lot of things going on, just a lot of crazy news that isn't about Mr. Pumpkinhead, but it will be. One of the things that I think we need to keep putting out there is Biden's accomplishments. He's done such a great job, yet all the news is about Pumpkinhead because he sucks the oxygen, and I imagine us, we're all like little fish out of water going trying to catch our breath. That was an image. So let's just take a look at the week ahead. And I'm going to do this a different way. I'm going to read with my Light Seers Tarot, and then I'm going to overlay with Return of Spirit. And just to see maybe we can get a path on where we should be with all this nutsy news. I'm looking forward to Israel and the fighting in Ukraine to end. I think Israel's going to be first. And I think if Israel is first, the other's going to follow suit. Either one. Okay. Because I was thinking about this morning. We are getting such huge coverage on all this destruction that where before we just read it in the newspaper and you go, oh yeah, okay, maybe a picture or two in Life magazine. But this, it's like we're being inundated with the destruction and the suffering. And that's got to change our awareness of how to live as human beings. All right, the week ahead. Oh, good. Okay. Oh, okay. Oh, ow. It started out so good. Let me drop this down and you can see. Okay. So, we start out with the Democratic card, the Ten of Cups. Happy, happy, happy. Sitting on a rainbow. Oh, happy Pride Month, everybody. Happy Pride Month. We went to this place in downtown, and the Pride celebration was just closing down. I have no clue what's going on in my own community. And I'm going to pull this up, just a little digression. And, everybody's wrapping down, and we're seeing everybody in all these wildly colored clothes. I'm going, wow, this is really festive. What's going on? And then oh, okay, now we got it. And we're going, yeah, we should have been earlier. We should have, if we would have known, we would have gone earlier. And then we're walking around the block, and our neighbors are flying their pride flag. And they said, yeah, we didn't want to go down there because it was too commercial. We don't like the commercial aspect of what's going on. I'm like, okay. So, of course, I had to be a smart one and go, is that flag, are you flying that flag upside down? They weren't. At least I don't think so. But anyway, I don't know. I'm sure there's a right and a right side up and I don't know. I just think they're all pretty colors. Here we go. Ten of Cups. Sitting on Pride Month. Being happy. Knight of Cups. Knight in shining armor. This could be a false knight coming up. Okay, so we got to be a little careful. We may be going, oh, we're breathing a sigh of relief. There can be some surprises that are coming out. And I think about Mr. Pumpkinhead going to do his, he has to go for that interview. And is that going to get pushed back a little bit? Or his attorney's going to say something? And isn't it disgusting how the Republicans are going, this is just a sham? I go, Who are you people? I mean, you're the rule of law, but not anymore. It's like, and I understand where they're saying that Alvin Bragg, it's political. He ran on this. So I get that logic. However, my logic is he ran on that because there was a mob boss running around in New York City. And just as if it was Al Capone or whoever was in that city, shooting up people with Tommy guns. What is it? Elliot Ness? Was that the guy? I don't know. He goes, I'm going to get this guy. Well, that's what Alvin Bragg did. That's what he's supposed to do. I'm going to get this criminal. He got him. All right. So I think there's a knight in shining armor that's maybe a false knight. Maybe we're having a false sense of security. Hold on to what we value. Stay true to who we are. This is the Four of Pentacles, hanging on to things, not spending too wildly. We do get good news. Again, it's the Queen of Wands. She's happy. She's bringing forth positive news. We should be hearing from the Supreme Court later this month about the immunity, and I think that's what this is all about. However, we have a little heartbreak. We can try to pull some on that to see what that heartbreak is. It feels like the Supreme Court is going to show its ugly head again. I mean, certainly those two justices should be recusing themselves. The Republicans are talking about how Judge Merchan should have recused himself because he gave $15 to the Biden campaign, yet the Supreme Court justices won't recuse themselves when they've received millions of dollars. Well, at least an RV. You would think that one of those billionaires would actually buy an RV park that Clarence Thomas could stay at. But no, they just say, go stay at Walmart. That's what they think of him. No, you can't come in here. You stay at Walmart. Change. We need some change. All right. The last card we get, Five of Pentacles. There's going to be some sadness, some loss. So I want to pull two on this Five of Pentacles and the Three of Swords. The Three of Swords could be a hard event. This could be, and this is just the way that I look at this sometimes, it's just moral loss. We're kind of just a ship without direction, just bobbing around on the water, which, I mean, I'm okay with for a while. So we have a lot of good things coming on. Let me just pull this down. We have a lot of good things coming up here on the top row. And then it gets a little hard, a little harsh, a little painful, and it leaves us sad. So what is this? What is this, these two cards about? And the thing, I was watching an astrologer who said that if somebody triggers you in the first part of this week, just walk away from them. Go, yeah, I heard you. I understand what you're saying. I'm going to think about what you said and just walk away. Don't react. And that may be what this is all about. Okay, let's look at this. Whew, transformation, past, money, yikes. So, okay, this heartbreak is what I'm talking about right now. We're transforming the court, we're transforming the past of what the past was, the injustices, and there's so much money that wants to keep the status quo the same that it's causing a lot of heartbreak. And they're afraid of losing money. Is that right? Am I getting that right? They think that, oh, if we bring change in, then we're going to lose money, power. In reality, they'll probably make more. Maybe it'll be distributed a little differently. Distributed. Here we go. 5. Divided. Flip. Masculine energy. So with this 5 of Pentacles, what the cards are showing is that there are people that are going to be changing sides, that are changing their point of view. And it feels like okay, going back to Pride Month, masculine energy is flipping to a more feminine energy, which is, oh, sorry, earthquake. It's the big shift. The masculine energy shifting to a feminine energy. This patriarchal society, we're starting to see that shift. We're starting to see that flip. And that is, it may cause a little divide. It may cause people thinking that they've lost something. But if they just take that key and go in, they're going to find that they didn't lose anything, that they probably gained a whole lot. All right, let's, what time? Somebody's beeping at me. Okay, let's, hang on, I got to pause. Okay, I pulled the cards already because I've got an appointment in like 15 minutes. So let's just pull down and see what we have. First week, second week, third week, fourth week of June. First week, we started out with the same 2 cards. I did shuffle 5 of Pentacles, feeling locked out. Not really, because we have the key. The Queen of Wands, hearing some more information that is, when I look at this card, I just heard the word going back to unlocking the door, unlocking some secrets that are, that were unknown. So maybe we're going to get some news with this that is going to be kind of good. I'm sensing. And let's see what the Return of Spirit deck has to say about that. Bring this down into simplistic terms. Sometimes we get too caught up and we get too, we make things too difficult for ourselves. We think about, oh yeah, oh my gosh, look at that, blah, blah. Just grab the key. Make it simple. Grab the key, open the door. That's it. All right? So, week 2, we have the Ace of Swords, new sharp truths coming out, intuitive truths. We have the Knight of Wands. Okay, so this is more news coming fast. And we have the Six of Pentacles, giving and receiving. Are we hearing more news about bribes and stuff? Oh, is this, We have Hunter Biden coming up too. That, I forgot about him. He has a trial coming up. Yeah, that's so political. Oh my gosh. Such a witch hunt. Okay, so what about week 2? What do we need to hear about week 2? Take flight. Ooh, okay. So we have the Ace of Swords, new truth. We have the Knight of Wands, new information that is like kind of lighting us up on fire. And it's giving and receiving. But if we're taking flight on this giving and receiving, return to spirit, what are we receiving? What are we giving? You just need to pay attention and look at that. All right, next week, third week, we have the Six of Wands, Six of Cups. Yikes, a lot of sixes, 6, 6, 6. And the Page of Cups. Coming in as a winner, going back to simpler times where simplicity. And then taking flight. Oh my gosh, Page of Cups. This guy, look at him. His feet are up in the air. He took flight. Pigs flying. Stay in love. This may be a challenging time, but just remember to stay in love. It's almost like this this Page of Cups. The information that he gets, it's coming from an unexpected source. Make sure that you stay in your heart space when you're making decisions. The heart is over here, and his heart space is kind of empty. So be careful of that. And the Return of Spirit card says, ooh, right. This is setting up your journal. Right. Take some time out. Put it onto paper. All right. The last week. And this is kind of the opposite of what that astrologer said. The astrologer said towards the end of the week, things are going to really mellow out. The first part of the week, going to be the month, are going to be really hard. This is the Four of Swords. This is kind of a rest and relax. In this deck, it's more of being in the nest, finding comfort in our tribe. There's a lot of craziness that's going on in the outside world. Stay underwater for a little bit and kind of float. Stay in the nest a little bit. This is all working out as karmic patterns dictate. The Wheel of Fortune. Cool. And final outcome for Return of Spirit. Manifest. So as we are taking refuge in our nest, in our comfort, in the womb of meditation, being underwater, staying below the crazy, and standing on the Wheel of Fortune, make sure that we put out what intentions we want to have happen. And do it with excitement, do it with joy, do it with love. And that's all I got. So it was a little long in the beginning. I hope you all stayed with me. Thank you all for watching again. Peace and love.